It's been reoccurring. Anytime Victor goes to Nigeria, he comes back with an injury, or most times. And that is being like a clog in the wheel of his progress at Napoli. There was a time he played for Nigeria in Benin. He had a shoulder injury that affected his season. Now he's returned from Nigeria with a muscle discomfort or something like that. And that has taken him out of, in quote, the most important part of the season for Napoli. Okay, as far as Champions League is concerned. And don't you think somehow you get the feeling that the national team of Nigeria is slowly becoming a liability to a lot of Nigerian players, using Victor Osimhen as a case study?
I wouldn't say that word liability.
Okay, that's the best word I could find.
I wouldn't say that word liability. Being a Nigerian and a bona fide Nigerian that
Yes.
hope to work with the NFF, I
Yes,
wouldn't
no,
say.
you will. I know.
Why I'm saying this, I wouldn't say liability, but let's face the fact today.
Correct.
You said something, he came with the shoulder, and when he came the other time with the national team, he came with COVID. And
yes,
it's been an issue with the national team. But I'll tell you what I feel is not a good thing. But I will say that going to the national team in Africa generally,
yes,
is like, I've been there. So
of course, I know.
I can understand what footballers are facing, but I will want to give like education for
Correct.
our players and advice to the officials, to the board.
Yeah, correct.
And whenever you hear the national assignment for Nigerian players, they are not saying it directly, but they are feeling it. I don't know if they understand what I'm about to say. For them, it's like a stress.
Of course, sometimes you see, you study their body language, it's like, oh God, this pain again.
No, but they don't understand that they are working. No, going to Nigeria for a game in Nigeria is like you playing 5 league matches.
It tells on them.
Really,
But it's true.
when we call, it's not a mental stress. There's a physical stress in it.
Yeah.
Europeans today, if they are going for a national team, they have highest 1 hour, 30-minute flight.
Yeah, that's true.
And when they are coming from, no, let me analyze it so we understand where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
From the airport, there were nobody, only you, the staff, your staff.
Yes.
And eventually your family. And your family are there to assist you.
They're not. Yes.
Okay. Now we're talking about 1 hour, and from the airport to your playing ground is highest 1 hour. We're talking about 2 hours, and you're in the camp already. Okay. Now let's come in the case in Africa, in Nigeria, precisely. Let's be specific.
Correct. I like that. This is very important. What you're about to say is very important for everyone in Nigeria, players, officials, Nigerians in general.
Generally, to understand what I'm talking about, physical stress.
Yeah.
No, the stress is this. Before you can come to Nigeria for a game, one game, I'm talking of one game, you are there, you have 6 hours flight, minimum. The connecting flight, the time for connection flight is about 4 hours. That we're talking about 10 hours.
Yeah.
And
when you play in Europe, if you play in Saudi Arabia, you're in trouble.
So when we're talking about, once you get to Nigeria, already you have a lot of people waiting for you already.
Family members, unknown friends, unwanted friends.
And I'm sorry to say this word, it's painful, but that is the truth.
Yes.
The truth. In fact, we call it in Yoruba, Mogomoya. The people that heard that you are coming, they are there already waiting for you.
More than your real family members.
And those, what we're talking, I'm not talking against them. I'm talking about reality.
Of course. And that's very true.
Before you leave the airport already with the issue of, immigration whatsoever, they are there already. You have seen about more than 1,000 people.
Yes.
So automatically, before you get to the hotel, it will take you more than 24 hours.
You are stressed out already. You are stressed out.
No stress. You are worn out. You are worn.
Wow. Wow.
So when we're talking about, say, you coming to Nigeria to play one game, you're playing 5 games
It's
without
true.
rest.
And then talk about the game itself, the way, the environment, the pitches, the
No,
setup at the hotel.
no. I'm not to say about that. We are Africans because we already know that we expect that from
Yeah,
the
but
game.
that's also part of the problem, right? It's also, you can't take a guy who's scoring at the Bernabeu and you take him to play in those potato patches called pitches in Abuja and in Guinea-Bissau. He plays a part.
Mr. Oman, we are Nigerians. Already we know that this, we call it, you have the psychologically aspect.
I know you are being nice, and I understand that. But I'm in a position where I can be brutal. And that's why I like the position that I am in.
I can't say that because of where I'm coming. But
yes,
what I'm trying to this here is that I'm talking about education to understand what is left with Nigerian players when coming to the national team. That is why they hardly perform.
Yeah, but you are not finished. There's still a lot. So please go on. You've just talked about airport, hotel, and what more.
Once you got already to the hotel, they have about 1,000 people waiting for you. So you already see 5,000 already. You have another 1,000, and you hardly sleep.
No tranquility, no serenity, no peace.
So what we're talking here is that we are trying to put in a place that we'll try where we can do better to understand that these are problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
I'm begging the officials today to let them understand that whenever they are coming for a game, that is why they don't produce.
Yes, they need to be focused.
And this bring about stress. And we're talking about physical stress. And whenever you're playing a game, you have stress. When you have a stress outside the game is more than even inside the game.
Wow.
So what we're talking about, this bring about injury.
Of course.
Fracture in this case, it doesn't come when somebody hits you. There are some stress which can bring fracture. There are some stress which can bring cramps. There are some stress which can bring easily injury in terms of the muscles because they don't rest. So you're coming to play a game already. You have played about game before playing even the game itself.
Let me give you a case study. You see, when I think about going to play for Nigeria, it is like going to Nigeria as an individual who lives in Europe. It's like you're going to live in stress for a period of your life. A lot of players have told me, even personally, that when they have holidays, when they first go to Nigeria for the stressful part of the holiday. After that, they now go somewhere like Dubai, the USA, like Miami, like Mallorca for the real holiday. And that is exactly what it looks like for the player as well.
No, that's education. We are here today to give light of how well we can manage ourselves.
Yes.
When we're talking about football itself, we have to understand 360 degree what it takes. Football is not just about playing the game. It's much more than just playing the game.
True.
Because we play the game for 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, highest. But remember, we have more in the day before you prepare the game. Preparation is better than just the action itself.
Exactly. And that's what we need to learn. That's what we need to work on. And thank you. This is very important. And this is a very important message. I wish there was still the era of DVD. I would have burned all this into a DVD and distributed it to all the NFF officials and everybody involved in Nigerian football. But thank God, the digital media is now the new DVD. Put it online, everybody will see, everybody will share digitally, and the message will be sent across. So I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate this. Thank you, Mathew. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Yes.
Grazie mille. Ciao.
Bye.